Hello and welcome my fab fans to Glam's new video. I'm gonna be doing Legos again. Ooh, and you might be like, oh, you're home right now? I don't want to be too intrusive on my friend's place. And yes, am I still nervous to be here? Yeah, but not like I have anywhere else I can go. So it's just lots of breathing exercises and hoping I can stay calm even if I'm not comfortable. Since I'm home, I can actually place the mat down. Forgot about that. I don't just have to build it weirdly. I can actually like layer by layer it. I chose the kitty cat one. I like cats. Also, I look like shit right now with makeup smeared down my face. And my brother had the audacity to say that I look nice. Tell me that's not such a sibling thing to do when you look like shit. I feel like some people just want to see you look your worst in front of just anyone. Luckily, I don't have to show my face on camera right now, so it doesn't really matter what I look like. But there is makeup that is smeared down the entirety of my face. But also my anxiety of having to open my door for my mail. But I wanted my mail, so I opened my door anyway. It was a new costume that I forgot I bought. Luckily, I've never bought duplicate costumes. Anxiety high, mental instability high. And I'm really cold. The kitty has a fluffy tail. I'm not gonna lie though, I felt like I wanted to sleep the entire day today. Which is a symptom of depression, is you want to sleep more than you should because your emotional exhaustion is at an all-time high. Um, but I recommend not doing that, even if you're tired, because you should do something you enjoy instead, as it can help make you feel less exhausted in the long run if you don't oversleep yourself. Sleeping too much can actually make you feel worse and more tired. Filming. Okay. I'm filming. What about I'm filming means I'm not filming? Dad just wants to talk about the fact that I don't feel safe in the house because my brother's been here. But I really don't want to face my brother right now. I didn't even want to face it earlier when I had to accept my mail. I'm not gonna lie, I've been trying to keep myself relatively calm because it's nice to feel calm. But it's really hard to feel calm and or safe in a place that you do not feel it. So for anyone else who is actually going through that same situation, and I recommend trying to find some way to keep yourself calm and away from everyone else. And I I wish that nobody has to go through the same thing that I have to deal with, but so many of you guys have told me that you also have gone through things like this or are still going through things like this. And I think there should be more awareness about it. But I also had people talk about how they don't know what consent really is. And that's so dangerous. Just because you're in a relationship does not mean you have to put up with something that you're not comfortable with. Whether it be a family relationship, you shouldn't have to be feeling unsafe to be around them. If you're in a dating relationship, it doesn't automatically mean you consent to any type of sexual behaviors, because that's not how consent works. There needs to be an established yes and or discussion about what are the yeses and what are the nos. Because I know in some cases you don't say yes. And that's what safe words are for. But there always needs to be some form of discussion about those things. And always a way out for when you're uncomfortable. Because if you're not comfortable with something, you don't have to do it. They had like a whole discussion about consent rules in high school. And I kind of wish they had that discussion in a younger years about consent, because consent doesn't always have sexual incompletions. And there's a difference between not wanting to do something and being uncomfortable with doing something. Being uncomfortable with something means you don't feel safe doing said thing. Like if you don't want to do the dishes, there's It's not really a consent-based thing. You need to do those dishes, regardless of if you want to or not. But it's something that has to happen, unfortunately. While consent about things like a sexual act or an emotional act is more about you don't have to do it. It's not necessary. So that is where consent really applies. If it was necessary to live, like keeping your house clean, it's different. But living in a house where you don't feel like you're going to be safe, like someone might attack you one day, it's not okay. Especially when one of them can leave. Done. Oh, I'm so close to finishing the kitty cat. I kinda want the cat to just have a flat head, but I know it will look weird, so I can't do that, unfortunately. I don't really feel safe unless the camera is recording, though, in my house anymore. That's actually why I started filming my live stream when I was in my car. It's because I know as long as the camera is on, there'll be evidence to keep me safe, to get rid of the attacker or the violent person. And I've always known to do it in front of the camera, but again, down to the wire. Last little bit of the kitty cat. Why is there just one long one? And it will have white pieces in this ear. Okay, be down to the final step. Okay. It kind of looks like something you see out of Hello Kitty. Peace, love, have a good day, my fab fans, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!